Now we review the 2024 film Code 8-2. They made a second one. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I am Richard, this is Random Street Theater, and I have seen Code 8-2. I don't remember much about Code 8-1. It was a few years ago. Basically, it was Discount X-Men in a world where a drug can be made from the spinal fluid of Discount X-Men, so they're getting taken out, and there are RoboCop things, or more Chappie things, if you saw Chappie. They're Chappie cop bots taking out mutants, and mutants basically being treated like not so nice, in a world where, you know, mutant powers are still pretty useful, and the story was pretty weak. Alright? That's where that film started. Before I go any further, let me remind you that for every 1,000 subscribers I get, I do purchase one of these bracelets from 4Ocean. 4Ocean pulls a pound of trash out of the ocean every time I do that. Be so kind as to comment, like, and subscribe. You're doing your part for a better world. Anyway, so, where does this film find us? There is a new RoboCop bot running around that is a cop dog. And the cop dog is supposed to be safer than the cop bot. And there is a guy running for police commissioner. It's kind of convoluted. Look, there's 4 characters of note. I believe there's a guy from the first film who is an electrical. He can shoot things with lightning. There is another technology. The film is essentially about this technology manipulator chick who, her brother, something not nice happened to him. She knows about it and they gotta shut her up. The whole film is about shutting her up or saving her, depending on what side you are. There's a drug kingpin sort of a guy. Itchy nose. And there is going to be the head of police kind of a guy. So there's 4 people. And it's the power struggle that is going out between these 4 people, trying to maintain power, trying to establish power, or trying to simply save this person's life. There is a subplot about a rec center of some kind that nobody goes to anymore. It's shoehorned in there. Yeah, okay. So, this story is too convoluted. There are a lot of parts at work, and those parts get lost because of the actor choices and the character design. You know, they're the two characters, and this may be intentional. The drug kingpin guy and the electrical guy are too similar to each other in appearance that I would not be able to tell you at this point which one was which, okay? And that is a real shame, because one guy being poor, he would have street clothes. The other guy being essentially a drug kingpin, you know, it's like, okay, what does his gang wear? You know, do they have a kind of uniform or like a color, like, you know, some gang members have a bandana that they wear, and it's that, whatever that color is, like it's red or blue or purple or whatever it is. And, you know, if you guys had gotten that and used that, we would have been able to understand this movie better. I mean, one of the best uses of color in terms of character development or character designation I've ever talked about is 2001: A Space Odyssey. Why are all the spacesuits a different color? Well, because that way you know who's who, right? It makes sense. When you look at the X-Men, for example, in many of the iterations, they tend to have, at least as the cartoons, they tend to have uniform-esque costumes that all have a similar theme, and you could tell they're all part of the same organization, but they distinguish them as characters. So that's one of the things, that 2 of these main characters look too much alike. Now, the police guy, he is often in uniform. Putting him in uniform defines him very well and very easily. So I have to say that works. And of course, the girl, she is a younger, smaller woman, and she stands out enough. So that's the thing. This is actually really well written in terms of you never really know what's going to happen next. You know, who is the real good guy, who is the real bad guy. Characters flop in between. And I remember, I think the last film last film in this series, Code 8, it had a very negative view of police. And I can tell you that my view of police has gotten considerably more negative in that time. I'm a security officer. I have 25 years, I think it's 25 years now, wearing a badge and a uniform. And I can tell you this much, I will never trust a cop in LA ever again. You know, too many bad experiences. But, so yeah, policemen really are this corrupt. It's a common problem. And they're just a gang in of themselves. Back in the day, Los Angeles, you run from a cop, you're going to get beat the hell down. That is what a gang does. That is not what a peace officer does, or at least not what they should do. So yeah, I have to say that this movie gets points for realism. Code 8 Part 2 is very much, it's a middle-of-the-road film for me. It demands all of your attention. It is not the kind of movie you want to watch casually. You want to sit yourself down, turn your Netflix on, put your phone away, and turn your attention to nothing else. Because if you don't do that, you may miss something. So yes, middle of the watch list for that reason. Well written, poorly executed. Special effects are good. I wish I could have given this a higher score because I really do like some of the plot elements, but they were just a little hard to follow. Anyway, that's just my opinion. Love to hear yours down in the comments below. I, of course, am Richard. Greetings, humans! It's your old pal Randall the Rat again, and I'm taking a break from eating your delicious face to remind you to comment, like, and subscribe. And why should you do that? Well, for one thing, see this bling here? That awesome, isn't it? Yeah, got a dragon on it. This is what you get if you go to the Conqueror and start the Great Wall of China Challenge. Yeah. Walk long enough, bike long enough, you can plant 5 trees and get this awesome necklace, which the owner of this channel, Richard, has done for you, because he wanted to plant 5 trees and get an awesome necklace. And for every 1,000 subscribers he gets, he also buys a bracelet from 4Ocean, and they pull a pound of trash out of the ocean. So the more money he has, the more of these challenges he buys from the Conqueror, and the more trees he plants for you. So if you comment, you like, and subscribe, he can buy more bracelets, pull more trash out of the ocean, and plant more trees. Isn't that awesome? Shouldn't you be doing that then? Be smart. Click that like button, or I'll eat you. Might eat you anyway. You look delicious.